Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my.
Thank you, Brian, for that wonderful introduction that you didn't have. I wouldn't have even started crying, maybe, if you would have said so much nice things about us. Okay, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to tell you a story about our life together. And we've been married 48 years. I'm going to do it in decades because we're kind of old. So I figured if we started out at 26, I could skip all the teenage stuff and tell you what we did. At 26, we were in Alaska, Lonnie and I, and he worked for an oil company, and he worked 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on. So I pretty much raised the kids for a few years by myself. And when he came home, he didn't do anything but have other businesses. He had a used car business. He had a whole bunch of stuff. He never sat still. He built a grocery store. He was on the top of the beam when the earthquake came, and I didn't think I was going to see him again, but he made it home. And we had a really good life, and we lived in the dream, we thought. So then 36 came along. At that point we had 3 kids. At 36 came along and we had 7 kids.
Wow.
And now he was only working 1 week away from home. He was 3 weeks at home. And he would, we bought a grocery store for our retirement. We bought a boat so we could go halibut fishing. We bought a plane so we could fly it and take people out on little excursions. And in '84, just kind of the next decade, so we're getting close to it, he had crashed his plane. And the next couple of years, the boat sunk.
Oh my.
And the economy went down in Alaska, and so there was no oil business. So he was doing 35 rigs on the North Slope, and then he was out to 2. So we lost that job. And the other thing that happened is we lost our dream home, and we left Alaska. Financially broken. I wasn't going to tell you this part, but we actually weren't the only ones in Alaska. They had 24-hour bankruptcies in Alaska during that time. And I hope we never see what happened in Alaska in that 1 year in the United States, because it was terrible. People left their keys in the banks and left their homes and left Alaska because there was no money. The oil business had collapsed at that point. Of course, now it's back, it's booming, and everything's good. But we came to Oregon. I was 46, and Lonnie, we purchased a business, and kind of on time, and it was a roofing business. And to be quite honest with you, it's quite interesting because all of our boys have been part of that roofing business. And I was a Mary Kay director, and that was for 20 years, and we made it. But one really nice thing about that is that Lonnie was home with us, and we were a family again. And our kids started getting married. And fast forward, right now, we have 21 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild.
Wow.
And we have almost everything we'd ever want. We came in to take shape for life at the beginning of that next little episode, 54. And we met Lori and Dr. A, and they were special people in our lives, and they've always been and always will be, because they took and brought us to a dream that could never be possible without their vision and their sacrifice in their lives. And it takes all of us to sacrifice and to have a vision for what we have, because we share it with others. And you watched all the globals come up here tonight and share their stories. And it's all because someone had a vision and they shared that vision with them, and they brought it to Take Shape. Take Shape will be a household name, I know. in a very short time, because we, all of us, have heart, and we share what we know is true, and we give to others what we have been able to receive. We pay it forward, and that is so important. When you have a heart and you show that love and concern for someone else, whether it's on a phone call, whether it's in person, whatever it is, that gives them the hope for the future too. And as we all do that, our lives all change. And we have everything that we need right now. We took Alaska and brought it home to us down in Goldendale, because we live in this little town that, I don't know why we moved there, except that it has 10 acres, and it has this stream running through it, and Lonnie has this kind of Alaska thing there, because it's got pine trees and cabin and all that stuff. And then I got the motorhome idea, because then we can go to civilization and see people, and we won't have to be always, in the woods. But it is wonderful to see back to nature. Anyhow, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Lonnie, get up there.
Is this on?
Mama told me that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That was for Wayne.
Kidding?
He said I was like gum. I did play football, and I did do a few other things, and I've always been honest. But I said on one of the calls that Brian coerced me to do that we never have any problems, we only have opportunities. I got to tell you that I've had my share of opportunities. Probably more than my share. But I've had a lot of opportunities in my life. And one of the greatest opportunities I had was when I married this guy right here. When we got married, we were supposed to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was there at 5:30. Watch records. And she showed up there. I learned two things from that.
Showed up at 8.
The first thing I learned is it's going to take her a little longer to get ready. The second thing I learned about it is I have the prettiest gal in town. Now, I'm a bush pilot, and you guys, there's a lot of you have been asking about the airplane wreck, and all I can tell you is if you want to hear it, you got to be global.
You gotta go global. I can hear it.
So you gotta get global before you hear that one. But since I'm a bush pilot, it means I know a lot about fishing. And there was these two guys that took this and rented this boat, didn't know the lake, and they went out there and they started fishing. And it started to get dark, and they started catching one after another and just pulling them right out. And the guy says, "We gotta mark this spot." So his buddy took a big piece of chalk and put a big X on the boat. And so the other guy says, "Well, you idiot! I can't believe you. We might not get the same boat tomorrow."
I got out there.
Okay, all right.
We got some stories. I got out there. We got
How
some
many of
stories.
you want to be in the boat? How many of you want to catch the big fish? One? Anybody? And in Alaska, we have what they call a king salmon.
Yeah.
And it's the king. It's huge. And I know this by experience because I lost enough of them that if he's 50 pounds or more, he takes the hook and runs straight upriver.
Wow.
So when you get one that's got the hook in and taking you for a ride, hold on and let him take it, or he'll pop your boat just like that. This business is all about knowing when to hook him, when to reel him in, and when to chase him.
That's right.
I'm telling you, this business is easy. It's simple. It's not, it's not easy. It's simple. But the most important thing is right between your ears. Because remember what Curly said, there's one thing. And the guy says, well, what's the one thing? What's the one thing? He says, you have to find it yourself. Each one of you have to find it yourself. I went to a lot of these meetings and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I want to be just like that guy up there on stage. Trust me, you don't want to be like me. There's no doubt about it. I've been here and I know. We was there in the beginning and that wasn't with Adam and Eve. We was there in the beginning.
Adam and Eve.
My dad, bless his soul, he worked all his life, 37 years as an electrician. And he retired. And after retired, he almost became a different person.
Okay.
Because he says, I'm on a fixed income. And today I think, who the hell fixed it?
I've got that one. I'm born every Monday. They hit me with that fixed income. I said, who fixed
During the next conference, I'll be 70, so maybe I'll be a little smarter. But I'm going to be 70 this year. I don't want a fixed income. I don't want to just say, oh,
have a good night.
What my income will be new? How about, let's make a lot of income and do anything I want.
Yeah.
Don't fix your income. Don't say I'm
I'm going to say cheers to if you're thinking, I'm just saying, God,
It all depends on you.
tonight. And Dan
And
is
I
sitting in the
believe with all my heart,
Good night.
it's the one.
That's all you have to say.
I've watched
Like
Wayne.
saying,
Wayne hated up and give me the line ever. Because he never knew what was going to happen. What are you going to say? But the first time I introduced Wayne, I didn't know all my credentials. You're supposed to tell me what to have, and I go, here's Wayne! And he got up there and he did his thing, and I'll guarantee you, every person in that room because he does such a great job. I love him to death as a brother. I love working at his sister. And I want you to know, Cindy did raise my fine kids. Please stand up right over here.